Ignorance is bliss. In this twisted novel, Mary Shelley tells a story of a scientist that takes things too far. Is this touching story an homage or warning to modern scientists? I believe that Victor Frankenstein's creation was a warning to modern scientists. I will be defending my opinion with the following two statements. What was the warning? And is too much knowledge dangerous? This tragic but passionate book that was created with letters written by Robert Walton about Victor Frankenstein's story, which also includes Frankenstein's monster's point of view, is the ultimate warning for our modern scientists. Natural philosophy is the genius that has regulated my faith. I desire, therefore, in this narration to state those facts which led to my prediction of the science. Chapter 2. This statement shows that even if Victor was interested in other things, would have been different, but would he still have been the same person and created a different monster? We must never underestimate the power of nature. Firstly, we prove the power of nature because every time Victor is ill, the power of nature was the cure for his illness. My second point that proves nature to be the most powerful, given the death of both Victor and the monster. Another warning Mary Shelley gives us is the necessity for scientists and society to be responsible with their creations and discoveries. My final point for this argument is that monsters are not born monsters. Frankenstein's monster could have been a very helpful thing, but because Victor left him, he became who he was during the novel. Frankenstein's monster was different. Back in the time, different was not acceptable. It was a shame. Is too much knowledge dangerous? If not used responsibly, yes. It could be dangerous. Like Victor, he made a monster with no intentions. Victor gave his life away because of his creations. Scientific discovery is not worth risking your life for. Or, in Victor's case, giving your life away. A quote, "How dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge, and how much happier that man is who believe his native town to be the world, then we who aspire to be greater than his nature will allow." This quote talks about how even if you knew everything, you wouldn't be as happy as you could possibly be. And even if you think you're the center of attention, you might not be. Victor, Robert, and the monster were all very thirsty for as much knowledge as possible. And it will bring them to places that they were looking for, but will eventually take them to places that are dangerous and unwanted. The thirst for such knowledge drives one of them to his grave and brings the other one to realize what could happen to him if he didn't stop. Frankenstein is not only killed by his thirst for knowledge, but his thirst also kills everyone around him, like his wife, his brother, his father, and friends. Knowledge can lead to not only self-destruction if not used responsibly, but also to everyone around them. The only reason Walton survived was because of his humanity. Shelley was trying to make us understand that we need a balance between a knowledge of our universe and an understanding of what our fellow human beings. Quote from chapter 2, "My father was not a scientific, and I was left to struggle as a child with blindness, added to a student's thirst for knowledge." In this quote, Victor is blaming his father for what he did, and he's blaming his father for creating Frankenstein's monster. But it is not his father's fault. He's saying that if his father was smarter, none of this would have happened. Victor's passion of discovery became his obsession, which later on became dangerous. Frankenstein's monster was passionate of getting his revenge on Victor, which later on, like Victor, became his dangerous obsession. Victor took this discovery way too far. He didn't mean it to go that far, but it did. And it was too late. Frankenstein's monster was abandoned. He could have been good, but turned out evil. Do we blame the creator of the monster, or the monster for who the monster became? The warning Mary Shelley gives to us and her story will hopefully prevent knowledge of becoming a dangerous thing.